I'm not really feeling it. I don't know. When I'm moving, I don't know. It's windy. I'm trying to figure out. I feel like my bike ride should be a little more confessional, a little more talky. Like I said the other day when I was rounding Central Park, 50% transparent, 62% honest? Or was it 62% transparent, 50% honest? I don't know. Numbers, they're always fungible, right? I figure I've got some time in the mornings while I make these commutes to work, and I should sort of do what I can to work out my brain, to figure out who I am, what's going on in my life, what my goals might be. You know, goals bigger than just getting to work safely, which I guess when you're riding a bike is always an issue. I don't know. I still bump on the fact that all of the sub-street access is in the bike lanes. Like, that's just not cool. Normally I'm going fast enough that I don't have to sit at this light. I think there's something wrong with me that my dream car is a Kia Soul. You may notice that my beard has been trimmed by none other than yours truly. Still in the angle of this phone camera here that's recording me. All you see is beard, and I apologize for that. I got this new rear rack and panniers for the back that are sort of part of this whole system, and I already screwed it up getting my bike out of the apartment today. I forgot to tie the panniers down, and the elastic draw cord is mostly cut. Hopefully that can be salvaged somehow. I'm not looking to yell at anyone as I bike into the office and just enjoying a bit of sunshine. This little swoop into Central Park is one of my favorites. It's just nice, casual. You can see all the approaching traffic as you get down to the main part of the loop here.
Time 30 minutes. Distance 3.77 miles. Average pace 7 minutes 57 seconds per mile. You're running like a bear who just woke up from hibernation.
So now you know how slowly I bike. The truth is out there. I guess we are officially below the tolling zone and into the part of Manhattan where it costs more money to be the driver of a car. I'm trying to remember what it was like biking through here last year around this time, or even in the summer. And did I see more cars? Definitely more cars in the Times Square vicinity, which we're approaching.
y'all.
Yesterday we had nothing smart to say, and then hour and a half, 2 hours later, I was talking with my therapist, and I was like, yak, 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 yak. I couldn't stop talking. Seems to have really gotten me down this weekend. My partner and I decided to have a chair reupholstered that had been in my family only since like the early to mid 80s. And I'd moved it into my apartment, I don't know, 10 years ago, and decided that it needed to be reupholstered. It was a leather chair. Found an upholsterer in Brooklyn. I picked out some fabric. So it came back and there was an issue with the arm. She sent someone to do that work. She was very helpful and very good in the process, but the helper, he put this big bracket to help support the arm. So the arm kind of comes up at a little like L shape, inverted L. This bracket was not attractive. The arm had gotten loose somehow in the reupholstery process. I decided, look, this doesn't look right. So we had a conversation about it. She's like, don't worry, I'll take care of it. She found a solution with smaller brackets because I guess the arm had gotten structurally weak. Well, I appreciate that. Something I wish I had known before having it reupholstered, so that we could have really talked about ways to make a worthwhile fix. New handyman guy came over yesterday, put in these new brackets. Can't say I like the color of them, but they are much less noticeable. Thinking, can I go get some like Tester's model paint? Is that what I can use to paint metal? I don't know, I was watching a biking video and I saw somebody sort of updating their frame with some like model paint. I'm like, oh, is that the solution I can use to paint on metal? I don't know, I've got to look into it. So make a note in the comments if you know what I can use to paint on metal. I don't even know what kind of metal it is. So anyway, over the weekend, when I was struggling with the first bracket, it's just like, this is so ugly. I can't get what I want. Do I have to spend lots and lots and lots of money to actually get what I want? Have I been so bad about making decisions in my life that visually, spatially, I can't live the way I want because I don't have enough money? And that really started to bring me down a lot. I've just accepted it. But my therapist and I were talking that I really just do have to talk about changing my mindset. And I'm just like, oh man, that's such therapy speak. Can I be into that? Am I into changing my mindset? What would it take for me to be someone who is money hungry? And I want money so that I can have nice things in my apartment. I'm, well into middle age at this point. I've accepted having sort of nice things in my apartment. Oh man, I do like a big, fluffy white Samoyed. I think if I had my choice of dog, I'd go big, fluffy white dog. Don't know how that fluffy white dog hair would look on this reupholstered chair, but that dog might even be too big for this recliner that we had reupholstered. I love mornings when the sun is like this. So great. And the other like apartment living situation is I've got this, I'm not going to call it chandelier. I mean, it's just a small like over the table light. Is that a chandelier? I was getting down on myself for just not even knowing the right terms or the right words for things. Got this light fixture that would sit above a dining table. I think it's a knockoff of a Louis Poulsen light. Again, my parents have had it since the late 70s, early 80s. Bought at a store called Scan in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area that's no longer there. But they sold like Scandinavian, modern looking furniture. And same place where this recliner's from. It's very nice. It's white, but it's got some hidden color on the insides. Designed within reach. Sells a contemporary version. And I guess I'm not using that in the design sense. I'm using that as in the, hey, it was manufactured last week sense. I would like to hang that light fixture over the table in my dining area. But I'm an apartment renter. There's nowhere to attach this lamp. I would love to get a big arm that comes from the floor that arcs over the table, woo, and can just hold on to this lamp. And I've tried to figure out all the right terms to use when searching for it online, and I have not come across the right term to help me find it. And it's really, man, last week it was really getting me down. I went to Home Depot, started asking around there. I'm like, I don't want to build my own lamp support stand. How does somebody not manufacture something like this and sell it in New York City where there are millions and millions of renters? If I just am I too particular? Are my tastes too specific? I mean, I couldn't even find something that was ugly that did the job. So that was really getting me down. Asking about it at Home Depot last week, I didn't even know to use the word bracket. I mean, that's what I'm talking about, my brain just not finding the right words because I'm not a builder. When's that lottery gonna get up to $500 million? That's when I'll play, right? That's my theoretical rule. I mean, I don't always follow it, but 500 million, that's what I'm willing to throw money away. I have no idea why. It's round numbers, right? There's some theory based on, oh, there's a nice big number, I'll take it. But for me, I imagine $311 is $311 million is not that material different than $500 million in terms of lottery winning. It's interesting with this new bike lane how, depending on what lane it is, how much green space you get after the crosswalk. Here, you don't get a whole lot. When it comes to traffic in the city and parking in the city, I'm all about jacking up the rates to park and building special truck-only parking sort of toward the edges of intersections. So daylight the corner, put in some truck 15-minute loading, unloading, parking. Maybe you've got one or two spaces for private vehicles, another, who are all these people who get to park for free? I don't know. These are all solved in ways to improve the streetscape, the ways we move about the city, and we're not doing it. It's I feel like I missed out not reading a full article. I'm totally sort of shifting gears here. A few years ago, I read an article. I feel like I started reading an article about how Delta abandoned the idea of their zone boarding system that was not based exactly on you know, load from the back to the front. It had a sort of a specialty way of doing it. And I am in favor of the actual fastest way to board an airplane, but they'd stopped doing that, and I just don't know why. And I guess I should go back and try to look at an article about why Delta abandoned that. Wow, aspect ratio was wrong on that little advertisement there. It's 2025. How are we still getting aspect ratios wrong? Just too squeezed. Wild. UPS had it figured out a long time ago. Right turn, right turn, right turn. I guess New Jersey had it figured out in that same instance. The villages that existed here before Center Park was created, how did they incorporate all these rocks? I guess, you know, how much topography work, is that what it's even called, was done for the park? This is a busy place this evening. Will I go see a show in Central Park this summer? I'd say unlikely. Is there a way to fix asphalt and make it perfectly smooth with all the different elements, rain, sun? I don't know. I hope so, because there are some spots that could really use it. Like I said, I'm doing that 5 Boro bike tour, and you know, I'll have my camera and probably the microphone out, and so I kind of feel like all of these rides are just tests for how I'm gonna record that experience. And I'm thinking about this microphone, if I'll need to charge it along the way. And I guess maybe I will. I don't know, do I talk the whole way through? That could be pretty wild. Have I mentioned this bike I bought like a year and a half ago is the first bike I've owned since I turned like 12 or 13. You know, I did not have a bicycle in college that I used. Did not bring my teenage 12-speed with me. Although it still exists and I have ridden it somewhat recently. It's not something that's going to make the trip to New York with me, I don't think. In the decades between these two bicycles, and this is admittedly pretty basic, this bike I'm riding now. Lots happened to bike technology. One other thing that I'm noting while biking home in the dark is that visually I sometimes look down to check and see what gear I'm in, and it's too dark to see. Is it radium? What did they used to use when they hand-painted clocks in like the early half of the 20th century? It would glow in the dark. Can I get some of that? I mean, I know that I should just be biking by feel, and for the most part, I do, but sometimes I'm paying attention to other things and not fully concentrated on where I've stuck all these levers. Hey-o.
Time 30 minutes. Distance 5.
Oh, come on.
2.
Love the sound of birds back there. Spring is on the way.